Well, we have sat down for the first time since the last time we recorded. We got sushi dinner, which was amazing, made us feel real good about our choices. And we got our propane filled. Yay! They finally had propane.
Small wins.
Small wins, that's correct. Now we have started the process of cleaning out the trailer, making sure there is absolutely no crumbs for this little mouse to find, so that the only thing he can eat tonight is what we put into our trap. Hoping that we catch this guy tonight, because if we don't catch him tonight, we've booked at this campsite 2 nights because we want to go back to our nice boondocking spot. But if we don't catch him tonight, we're either going to have to go buy more traps or just be very lucky to catch him tomorrow night. I don't know. But either way, Storm has begun the cleaning process. So we washed every single utensil that we've ever owned, I guess, in this trailer. All the dishes that were already dirty. That's not all mouse poop. That's just coffee grinds. Storm already cleaned the drawer that was actually full of mouse turds. So, yeah, we're on the way. How you feeling?
Sucks, but let's just hope.
Let's just hope that there's only one and we catch him tonight. So, fingers crossed for us. We'll keep you updated. Like the video so far, because this is painful. I have placed the trap right next to the insulation. Lots of good smelling almond butter in there. Hopefully he falls for it and goes right in there. That's where I've set the trap, right next to the insulation he was eating. So lots of yummy almond butter in there for him. Hopefully he falls for it. Hopefully we catch a mouse tonight. Good morning. It has been 4 days? 3 nights at this campground. We came here just to kind of deal with everything. So get all of our stuff refilled, wash everything, get rid of this mouse, all of that kind of stuff. And it's been nice, actually. The weather kind of took a turn, so we ended up staying 2 extra nights, because originally we were just going to stay 2 nights and then go back to that nice boondocking spot on Friday. But then they were calling for like 80-kilometer-per-hour wind gusts and snow on Saturday. So we decided just to extend our stay here for an extra 2 nights. It's been really nice. It's been good to have the full hookups. This park is dead silent. There's like 5 people here. So it's been very nice. We don't have a mouse. I don't know what happened. We bought the mouse trap. We took everything apart. We washed everything. We found a bunch of mouse poop. Not a bunch, like a little bit. You could tell he was in there for 1 night. It wasn't like insane. Vacuumed all that up, cleaned everything, put the mouse trap in, and nothing. We never heard him again. We didn't find any mouse poop anywhere again. We didn't catch anything in the mouse trap. So Storm's theory is that when we started moving the trailer, he left. I guess it makes sense.
Also, kind of think because he didn't find any food, he just didn't want to stay because there was nothing to get. Like when he was here the first time, he didn't get any food. All he did was eat some insulation and eat part of my spoon, which I'm very mad about.
The spoon. Why do they eat the spoons? I don't get it. It's like a silicone rubber spoon, and he's like nibbling on the edge. Like, why do they do that? Anyway. So basically today, we're just going to dump all of our tanks, wash everything up, because when we get back to our boondocking spot, we won't have water. So we're going to make sure everything's nice and clean. We're both going to take a shower so that we're good for another couple days. Make sure everything's nice and charged up. And I'm going to fill the fresh tank, and then we're going to head out and go back to our nice little boondocking spot, and hopefully it's not taken by anybody. So anyway, this has been a very realistic look into what RV life can be like if you're trying to boondock. So just want to keep it raw and real with you guys, and you know, this isn't just all rainbows and roses. This is what can happen, and you kind of have to be prepared for that, because if this was a real problem, if we had a mouse infestation, what are you gonna do, right? Like, you have to do what you have to do. And for us, we were lucky that there was a campground 45 minutes away that we could go to and deal with this problem. So for that, drop a like, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this content. I don't think this will be the end of this video. I'm not really sure. I don't remember how much content I've recorded.
Maybe you should comment down below. Do you prefer long videos or shorter videos? Like, would you rather have 5-10-minute videos or one 20-minute video?
One more thing that we want to get done while we're here is I'm going to get Storm to cut my hair. It's getting a little long. So I have this nightmare story. We obviously travel around all the time. So I used to go to a barber all the time to get my hair cut. And it sucks because we move so much that I can never go to the same barber, and I always have to find a new one in every town that when I need a haircut. So I read reviews and then go, and it's always like a pain in the butt, and I never get the same person, and the haircut's always slightly different kind of thing. So anyway, we were in southern Florida, and I needed a haircut real bad. So I looked up a shop, and the only shop near us that had like semi-decent reviews, like it had 4 stars on Google. I go, and it was an absolute nightmare. I was there for like 2 hours. I finally get my hair cut by the owner of the shop. Then at the very end, he decides to take a straight razor and shave my neck down, which yeah, some barbers do that. It's fine. I don't know. It's not necessary in my opinion, but whatever. So he shaves my neck down. I get home and Storm's like, what the hell happened to your neck? There's cuts all over the back of my neck. And I was like really just worried about getting an infection of some kind. The next time we went to Costco, they had a home like Phillips hair cutting, trimmer tool thing on sale. And I was like, I looked at Storm and I was like, will you learn how to cut my hair? She's like, yeah. Perfect. Threw it in the cart, bought it, and haven't gone back to a barber since. Anyway, she's going to cut my hair today, and I want you guys to let me know what you think. Let me know what you think after it's done. What do we think? Looking pretty good.
We've arrived and someone is in our spot, which I just had a gut feeling would happen because it's the best spot here. Says they're gonna leave tomorrow on the board, so we're just gonna stay hooked up, and as soon as they abandon ship, we're gonna move over. Hopefully they do leave tomorrow and they're not just doing day by day like we were. Just finished a hike. We leave the parking lot and we're stuck in another traffic jam. I know what? These are the ones that I don't mind too much. Got some bighorn sheep here.
The mouse is back.
Day 2.
And our furnace is doing something weird. He has not gone into the trap at all, but there is mouse crap all over the ground. I took this off as well, which is the cover outside of our furnace. Unrelated to our furnace issues, but again, mouse crap all over the ground here. And then there's another door here that leads to the subfloor under the shower, but no signs of him under there. We turn the furnace on because it's freezing here. It's 17 degrees. Storm's cold.
I'm freezing.
Anyway, so we turn the furnace on and it goes. Oh, great. That doesn't sound right. The thermostat won't turn the furnace off, so I had to pull the breaker. Fuse? Yeah, it's a fuse. So then, whatever, gave it some time, tried to turn it back on. Same kind of thing. It sounded bad. It got really loud. According to a Google search, that means that the air filter might be dirty. I'm either going to give up on life and we're going to move back to the trailer park that had full hookups.
No.
Storm doesn't want to do that, but I was half willing to stay here when it was just the mouse problem. But now we're having problems with our furnace.
No.
Well, we have an update. We might have a answer to our problem. Not a solution, but a reason. I found online a guy who had the exact same problem as us. His furnace was making a whole bunch of loud noises when he turned it on, and it turned out that a mouse had died in the fan of the furnace, which 1 + 1, we have a mouse problem, and now we have this loud noise. So we're kind of wondering if the mouse crawled into that fan and then the furnace kicked on, and well, this is the fan that most likely, hopefully, the mouse is in if there is one. This is another blower that I would have to look inside if he's not in this one, which is a problem because I don't know how to get in there. But either way, so the guy online had to rip his apart from this side, but me, luckily, look at this gap. And over here, I can actually see inside, and there is a giant pile of crap. So I'm going to clean that out and see if that helps. Let's see how much stuff comes out of here. Just right off the bat, like, I kind of wonder, because this is full of little wood chips and stuff. I kind of wonder if he was making a nest in here, which I cleaned that out and it was all good. The problem is, if there is a mouse in here, he could be in this section, which I don't know if I can get into there. I would have to take this whole unit out, which would mean I'd have to disconnect a propane line, all of the electrical wiring. It's a bit over my head, but I've cleaned this one out. I cleaned it out otherwise as much as I could, and I've just asked Storm to turn the furnace back on.
I'm doing it with that. You forgot to put the thing bracket in.
The what?
The fuse.
Oh, do you know how?
I'm trying. It's sparking at me.
I forgot to put the fuse back in, so I can come do it. It's on, and it's not making an insane noise. Was it that simple? There we go. It's on. She's going. We have heat. What do you think? Are we lucky? I don't know.
I'm drained.
It's drained, she says. I'm the one who had to dig through the... Anyway.
I don't have to do anything, but I'm still drained.
Yeah. The problem is, when we turned it on, it stunk. So, I have two theories. One is, the mouse is in that second blower area that I showed you, and... well, that's the worst case scenario, because we'd basically be barbecuing him, and it's going to stink for a very long time. I don't think that's the case, because the smell has stopped. It smelled for about 2 full minutes of, like, real bad, and then now it's dissipating. And, like, I'm sitting right in front of a blower, I can feel it on my face, I don't smell anything right now. And if it was a rat, or a mouse, or whatever, it would reek. And it would probably still be making a noise. So, based on that, I feel semi-confident. Confident? Let's go with confident. I feel confident that that is not the problem.
What's the problem?
I think the problem, the reason it smelled, was just because I cleaned it, and all that dust and stuff that I was trying to wipe away is landing on the burner inside. There's a bunch of dust, and when I took the cover off, there was like pine needles and stuff in there. So I'm assuming some of that fell in. You know, it could be because I don't have this grate on, like some of the exhaust could have blown back into the trailer, all of this sort of stuff. So I'm hoping if we run it for a little while right now, and then we're obviously going to have it come back on in a little bit, like a few hours now. If we don't smell anything from now on, I'm going to assume that the mouse is gone, or like whatever. That being said, I think we solved one of our issues for today. Anyways, I desperately have to get back to work now, so that's all for now. We will update you guys later when anything changes.
It's snowy. It was really nice when we went to bed, and then we woke up, and not so nice.
Uh-oh.
That's what living in the mountains is like.
What is this?
It's so cold. Drogue loves it.
Yeah, Drogo loves the snow. He's gonna play around in it for sure. Oh, now he's peeing. We have an update for you on the mice.
I caught 2 mice last night, unfortunately. One of the mice, or I guess 2 of the mice, got the food off the trap without setting it off. So I guess we had some really smart mice. I don't know how that happens. But we got 2. We thought we only had 1. So I think we'll leave the traps out for another couple of nights and just make sure that there are no more. I honestly don't know if they're like living in the trailer or if they're just coming in at night when it gets really cold, because as you can see there's lots of snow on the ground, so it's quite cold. But yeah, so bit of an update. Now what we were hoping for, we put a really small chunk of cheese in the like real trap, and then a huge massive chunk of cheese in the live trap, hoping that we could get them to go into that instead, but that didn't work. But it is what it is. Hopefully we can get that mouse situation sorted out ASAP.
Look at this incredible loaf of bread. Oh, wow.
Looks pretty good.
Holy moly, look at that.
It's a new recipe. Let's gotta listen for the knock. Sounds good to me.
Time for the crumb shot.
Hopefully it's good. Moment of reveal.
Ooh, that looks great.
That looks pretty good.
Yeah, nice and soft.
Oh yeah.
Nice and airy. Oh, the steam.
And the steam. Ooh.
That looks delicious.
Don't lie.
That's good.
Is it better than the last loaf of bread I made?
I'd say yeah. Not better than the sourdough.
No, I didn't mean the
I like
sourdough.
but that's good. All right, taste test. Here we go.
Sandwich time.
First bite.
Good.
Delicious?
Mm-hmm.
Good.
It's everything I ever wanted.
Excellent. Does everybody else put pickles in their egg salad sandwiches? Storm puts pickles in hers, and I like it. But we weren't sure if that was weird or not. Let us know in the comments below. Pickles or nah? Storm out here throwing snowballs.
Throwing sticks. Wait for Drogo to see it.
That truck is getting buried. The dogs are loving it.
Drogo.
They both love the snow.
Snowball for Drogo.
Ready?
Loving every minute of it.
He loves it, but my trailer sure doesn't love this.
I don't love it.
I don't love it. It's crazy out here.
Dalton has decided the roof needs to be cleared off. Up there, doing husband's work.
It's very slippery, and I wish I put the stabilizers down. Good morning. It is now Friday. It's a holiday here in Canada, which is fantastic.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. So yeah, we are out on a hike right now, as you can see, this gorgeous view. It snowed quite a bit, so there's still a lot of snow on the mountain, which isn't ideal when you have a dog that's like 4 inches tall. She's kind of struggling a bit, but we brought the poo pack, as we call it, the little chunk backpack, in case she needs it. But we've made it up, what would you say, like half, I think?
I don't know. I don't know, because this trail is like 7 kilometers to the first lake.
Yeah.
And then another 3 kilometers to the next lake, so we're probably not even half, but...
Yeah, it keeps going. I think we're about halfway, because I looked and we're at like just under 3K to the first lake. So we're halfway there. I think we're just gonna turn around now because the snow is just getting way too thick. It's getting really hard to walk through.
The lake will be frozen anyway, so
yeah,
we won't be able to see it.
And it's really sunny, so like the footage isn't gonna turn out great anyway. So that's fine. We're gonna head into town and hike the town and like walk around, look at all the cool buildings. They have some really gorgeous buildings in this town, and I wanna check out the visitor center as well. As we've been hiking this trail, we have found many, many animal tracks, which is super cool. I'm pretty sure it's a mountain lion because it's like a cat looking paw print, and it's been going like all over the place up here. It's super cool. So I want to go to the visitor center and see what do they have in this park. And there was a wildlife camera on this trail, and I want to know, I'm going to ask them if they have gotten any footage of a mountain lion on here. Very interested to know. So yeah, our plan for Waterton is to hike this. We're going to do another sunrise hike tomorrow called the Bear Hump. So we're gonna try and do that at sunrise tomorrow morning, and then we head to Kananaskis.
Head out, leaving Waterton National Park behind and heading to Kananaskis. We are gonna stop at Canada's deadliest rock slide on our way. So come back next week to learn all about that dark history. Like and subscribe, and we will see you next week.